What's up, everybody? It's me, Feather. Welcome back to Get Feathered. It is time for a deep dive for Pisces. Doesn't matter where it's at in your chart. If you're a cross watcher, come on in, like it, share it, subscribe it, click the live chat button down below. It's podcast episode 310. We're going to talk about a relationship or a situationship. It's a general reading, so it may or may not resonate, and that's okay. If you want it, claim it, cool. This is, let's drop into the reading screen and go ahead and get started. See if it resonates for you. I'm getting Renee, Rachel. I'm getting R names. Robbie, Ryan, Renee, Rachel. I'm getting R names. May or may not be your reading. Just letting you know what's coming through. I'm also getting the desert. Like, I don't know if somebody lives in the desert or lives around dry conditions. Definitely not my area. What else am I getting? I'm getting desert conditions. That could mean the relationship is dried up or any number of things. We'll see. Come on in, say hello. How are you doing, Pisces crew? How are y'all doing? We got Tarot by Nature here. What's up, Tarot? Hey, Fishy. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? Yeah, it's time for a deep dive. Let's do it. I'm getting R names. A lot of R names. I'm getting fish, fisherman, fish. I'm actually getting fish, like fishing. Fishing. Isn't that weird? Fishing. Let's see what's coming through. Spirit is talking to me today. Okay. Let's see if this resonates. What's the situation here that we're going to talk about? Gemini energy, Sagittarius energy. It looks like a reconciliation and working things out here. Okay. So I get reconciliation energy and working things out here. This could be starting over, starting new, starting fresh after. It's like two people weren't on the same page and now we're getting on the same page. We're trying to work things out here. That's what I'm getting here. So let's move on. Yeah, so there could have been blocked energy. There could have been a lot of defensiveness or guardedness here. There's also an energy coming through where there could have been a lot of arguments or a lot of insecurities that were creating. I mean, I don't know if this is lies. Hold on a second. Straighten up. Okay. There could have been lies. There could have been some sort of betrayal, whatever that means for you. There could have been a painful ending or an argument that ended things here. This is coming back together and taking the time to work through things. And I don't normally see that kind of stuff. Not right off the bat. So this is a reconciliation. Trying to work together, trying to build slowly, seeing where things can go. Okay? Boy, it could have been an argument that created, or a lot of arguments. Could have been a lot of lies. Whatever it was, it's coming back together and working these things out. Tell me more about this. Okay, and it is healing. Look at that. I don't normally see stuff like this. This is great. Capricorn and Aquarius energy, and it is healing things and improving things, and it is evolving things here. With Temperance and the Star here, I'm loving it. So it's making the choice to work things out and to heal things slowly over time. Tarot says we love fishing. Tarot by nature. I can see that. Brittany D, how you been? So there could have been some self-sabotage. There could have been some mixed signals here. Some arguments, some defensiveness, whatever. There could have even been some fears, some red flags, some things that were just needing to be worked through. And it looks like you're working through them. And you're both on board with it. This is cooperation from the other person to build this. Okay? Fishy says, oh, his last name was R, or Richard. Oh, look at that. And his last name and his first name both started with R. Wow, that's wild. So, this looks good. This looks really good. This looks really, really good for a reconciliation. It's creating a plan, talking through things, and discussing the issues on a deeper level that actually help heal things. That's the apologies being made, the stuff that heals your heart spaces, and that allows a connection to grow, that allows you to heal and forgive and to grow. And you're both making that decision. There's the Four of Swords. There's the Four of Wands. So there was a lack of clarity here. So there may have not been a lot of communication. Again, there could have been a cutting of ties here. You may have gone no contact. What's up, Star Lover? How you doing, baby? You may have gone no contact. You could have been, just not talking well. There could have been lies or deception here. Whatever has happened here. I got Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Gemini. It's there again, you could have been married to each other, living together, or in a relationship. There could have been a lot of instabilities in the connection, in the relationship, or whatever you label the connection between the two of you. It may have even been one-sided. Oh, gosh, I'm getting a lot coming through here. But it's, again, healing, healing needed. A lot of communication and cooperation needs to happen in order to heal and grow this and evolve this. Is that happening? What in the world happened here? What in the world? Okay. So again, there could have been a lack of communication. There could have been some on again, off again. There could have been other options. There could have been a lot of, there could have been a lack of support here, a lack of growth here. There could have been other people involved here. Then that could have been friends, family, whatever. I've got Libra, Taurus, Virgo, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. So if you don't communicate properly with one another, you can't grow properly with one another, right? A lot of disappointment, dissatisfaction. There could have been a lot of drinking involved, or whatever. Any number of things can happen here. But you got to talk. You got to have you got to have that communication. Communication has got to clean up. Got to clean that communication up, because if you don't clean that communication up, you can't have that forgiveness. You can't have that healing. You can't have that growth. Not really. There it is. Okay. And it's breaking through barriers. Breaking through barriers and having the conversations that improve things. Oh, I love it. I got Cancer energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini again. It's opening up the channels of communication. And not being so defensive or guarded. Removing the blockages and actually communicating. And even if it starts small, like, hey, how you been? How are you doing? How are things going? How's your mom and them? How's life treating you? You know, that kind of stuff. It's opening up those lines of communication, and that moves things forward, or can move things forward here. But you have to take control. And I believe, Pisces, this is saying for you to remember, you got to communicate. And remember, ask those questions. If you have questions, ask questions. If you want to know things, ask. You know, you'll find out if somebody is willing. You'll find out if somebody is willing to communicate. You'll find out if somebody is wanting to communicate. And you'll find out how they communicate. Right? So one of you may talk a lot or have a lot of questions. The other person may not talk as much or may not have as many questions, you know. But it's being able to break through those communication barriers that allow this to flow forward and move forward better. Talk about it. Talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. Tell me where Pisces is at in regards to this. This looks like it's building slowly. Or rebuilding slowly. Okay. So Pisces, you're not sure, but you do want growth. Okay. So you may have children with this person, or you may be a very independent person and you don't need a lot of people. You don't need anybody. You can handle things yourself. You're very nurturing. You're very loving. You're very generous. You're growth minded here. You do want growth here and abundance with this person. But you don't want the difficulties and challenges that the communication creates. It's like, so we're rebuilding here. And we're forgiving each other. And we're starting slow. And we're focused together on a future together. We're focused on the growth and the healing here. But there is a communication problem with this person. The problem is they may not communicate. They may not talk as much as you. They may not. You're on different levels when it comes to communication. Okay. But you're willing to invest. You're willing to start over. You're willing to take this adventure and to start over fresh and to build here. You're wanting that. No questions. No doubts. That's what you're wanting. But there's an underlying low vibrational blah going on. What is that? What is that low vibrational blah that's going on? Is it the lack of communication, or where y'all argue a lot, or you're always defensive, or you're always at each other, or that's got to resolve. You got to resolve that. Communication issues, big time. That's got to be resolved for this to move forward. So who's holding back? Who's not cooperating? Who's not communicating well? I don't know. Let's talk about it. What's up with this communication? It's poor. It's ugh. That is the problem. That is the problem. You are aware of this. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. That is the problem. That is the dissatisfaction, is that this person either pulls back, or they're very rigid, or they don't talk very much, or the communication is very poor, maybe even childish or immature communication. And that may not be on your level. And that's the clarity that you're wanting. So that's the lack of cooperation. That's the problem. That's the problem area. Communication is the problem. If we could get on board with that, this could move forward. If we could just talk about stuff, or we could get on board with this. I'm telling you, one of you may love to communicate, talk about everything. One of you may be very open. The other one of you may not be a great communicator. They may come across, one of you may come across as being very brash, or very closed off, or very cold, or it's like it's fun, it's playful, it's flirty. This person is interested, they're supportive, they look like they want to be in a partnership, but the communication is trash. It is trash. What? Communication is trash. This one may take some time to work out with this person. Somebody comes across as being really overly protective or overly guarded. Their communication comes across as being like rigid or cold, or just snappy or sharp, or I'm not gonna say aggressive. It's cold. It's not great communication. It's not. It's trash. Communication is trash. That's going to be the title of this. Oh my gosh. That's going to be the title of this. What else can I tell Pisces? This is, how in the world? This has been on again, off again. This has been a very turbulent, it's like the communication is trash. That's all there is to it. And that is disappointing for the Pisces that I'm looking at or reading for today. Like, yeah, I'm willing to go all in. Yeah, I'm willing to start over fresh. Yes, I'm willing to invest. Yes. But I need to know the truth. So there's either a truth that you're looking for, or the communication to improve. Like, if that communication doesn't improve or smooth out, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in somebody who can't communicate. I'm not interested in somebody who communicates like this. I'm not interested in moving forward with it, because it's a turnoff. Yeah, either you can't trust them, or you're not interested in investing in this person if that doesn't turn around. Who is dealing with that? Like, communication is trash. And it's a turnoff, because let's say, for instance, you're trying to work things out with somebody. You care about each other. You're trying to repair things. You're trying to heal things with this person. You're trying to evolve things, and you really want and desire that. But you're either not getting communication or proper communication from another person, or the communication that's coming through is childish or immature, or they don't communicate very well, or they stop communicating, or something happens to the communication where it causes you to just become defensive or guarded, or them to become defensive or guarded. And it's like, at a certain point, it's a turnoff. Like, I'm just not interested in this person. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth my time. I just don't even want to talk to this person because the communication is so bad, or this person, maybe this person is really negative. Like if you're around somebody that's really negative or is constantly drama or talking shit about somebody, who wants to be around that? It's a turnoff. Or if you can't trust them, you feel like they're lying to you. You know, how are you gonna be interested in that? Like, no, I don't want that. Then this is just going to continue to, it's not going to stabilize, and it's not going to move forward if you can't work through that. If you can't break through that communication. Yeah. So here's what I'm feeling. Okay, I've got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sagittarius. Energy coming through now. If you're trying to resolve issues with someone and you have history with them and you're trying to repair and heal with them, can you let go of the past? Are you still holding on to a grudge? You know, have you let go of a past person or situations with persons, with someone, this person or someone else? Or have they? Excuse me. Forgiveness, compassion, empathy, and love are important here. But if you can't let go of what happened in the past, or they can't, it's going to bring up challenges. It's going to bring up communication issues. It's going to bring up challenges. Say, for instance, this person lied about something, didn't tell you the truth, the whole truth about something, and you want to know that truth, and they keep coming back to you wanting to work things out, but they never really fully tell you the truth, or they never they never tell you the whole story. Are you going to trust them? In order to heal and balance and move forward, you got to work through those things. Can those things be worked through? Can you let go of that pain of the past, those judgments of the past, any grudges that you have, or any resentments that you have, or any issues that y'all have had together? Ugh. I see that you're willing to invest. I see that you're willing to go all in. But if you can't forgive each other, and you can't give those apologies or accept those apologies, this, is it even worth it? All those difficulties and challenges were of the past. And if you're wanting to move forward with somebody, can you get through that? Especially if somebody lied to you, or betrayed you, or cheated on you, or whatever the situation may be. It happened in the past, and I don't know how long ago. For some of you, 6 months to 3 years. Some of you maybe longer. But can you let it go? Can you work through it? Can you forgive, so that this can move forward? And it may not even be you. It may be this other person. And that's what's got to happen here. In order for this to spark up, in order for this to rise from the ashes, so to say, for this to change directions and move forward, all of those things that happen, that third party, or the heartbreak, you got to be able to work through it together, and And it may take time. This may be something that takes quite some time to work out, and go slow and steady through it, so that you're not so defensive and guarded against each other, so you're not arguing about the past all the time. Can you get through that? You know, because I see that it's something that happened. It wasn't great with the 3 swords and the 10 swords here. And in order to move forward, I mean, it could have been somebody had other options. Excuse me. It could have simply been that you couldn't get on the same page, or you broke up, you know? But it's all about having the courage to forgive and forget and move forward together. Releasing all that crap of the past, the turbulence of the past, the shit that happened in the past. If you are both willing to, this could move forward, and this could re-spark. Okay? But there are some of you that do not trust this person at all. And yet you're trying to reconnect with them. There are some of you that do not trust this person. There are some of you that are trying to work things out with this person. And it could simply be that you're trying to resolve this and work through this because you have children and you need to co-parent, or you're trying to be friends, you know. And there are others of you that are trying to establish a relationship again with this person and move forward. Each one of you is going to be different, but I do have some of you that do not trust this person. And in order for this to move forward, you got to talk. You got to communicate. Communication has to improve. But what happens when we go through a breakup, or we're cheated on, or we're lied to, or we're disrespected in some way, it's very painful with the 3 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. If we've gone through that with this person time and time again, or whatever, and we're trying to solidify or stabilize the connection so that it grows, so that we're happy and we're growing and, you know, all of that stuff, it's hard sometimes to forget about what somebody did to us. So there are some trust issues here for some of you. So this communication could be from you, it could be from them, or it could be from both of you, because one person says that this happened, the other person says no, this is what happened, this is what really happened, this is what really happened. Oh, who's right, who's wrong? I don't give a, you know. Can you work together to get through it? Can you just forgive and forget and move on? Or is it time to forgive each other and move on? Together or apart? I see that you would really like to invest in this person. It would make you happy to invest in this person or to invest in this connection. But who's the cold-hearted person? Who's the person holding a grudge? Is that both of you, or who wants to have the upper hand here? Now, we can't be doing that. We can't be doing that if we're trying to resolve and get on the same page. You know, resolve things and get on the same page and work things out. What's up, Grumpy? What's up, Tiki, Tiki, Tiki? So, them messages, that's what I got for you. And I hope it helps in some way, shape, or form, because, you know, why would you be trying to work things out with somebody that you don't trust? Unless you're trying to co-parent and be friends or friendly, you know, forgive each other and whatever. But otherwise, if you can't trust each other and you can't communicate, It may not go very far. That's all I'm saying. Them's the words, them's the messages. That's what I have for you today. I'll see y'all soon. Namaste.